We just worked on that for a year and already have clients. So we're ahead of the game. We're getting a tremendous response to the companies that we're introducing this to. I think if we continue on our projections now, we could be profitable in the second quarter of this year.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to SmallCapVoice.com. I'm your host, Stuart Smith, and thanks so much for tuning in. If you like what you see on this program, be sure to hit the subscribe, smash that like button. I'm excited to be welcoming back an old friend to the show. Back when we were audio only, we spoke with Greg, who was the CEO at that time, ticker symbol SING. Greg has got a brand new company, and this isn't Greg's second company. We'll get into his history, which is more than impressive. You're going to learn all about that and all about 1606 Corp. That's 1606, 1606 Corp, ticker symbol CBDW. And that's also the website. Be sure to check out cbdw.ai. We're welcoming Greg to the show. Greg, how you doing, bud?
Well, hey, thanks for having me. And you got all of that right. So we're on a roll.
Hey, we're starting off the way we should start off. All right. Well, listen, this company, you're not new to me, but this company is. And I think to some of our viewers, it's going to be new as well. We're hoping your shareholders are tuning in. But for those who may not be familiar with the company, let's talk about this business model.
Yeah, so the name of the company, the corporate name is 1606 Corp, and that was the first hemp plant planted in North America in 1606 in Canada. We were selling hemp cigarettes, and we did a pivot about 3 to 6 months ago. And what we did is we built a merchandising bot, an AI merchandising bot that can go on websites for CBD brands and CBD retailers. And AI is a great spot to be right now. We built a phenomenal product. In fact, if you go to our website, cbd.ai, you can actually play with the product. So we're really excited. We've had a really great start to 2024.
Boy, that's saying it. I tell you what, when I reached out to you, it was because there wasn't a day, it seemed like, or a week anyways, where a great press release didn't come out for your company here in 2024, back in January. So we're going to talk about that news in a minute, but I did foreshadow a little bit in the intro about your background. Greg, I know you're a humble guy, but you've got a very impressive background and an impressive team there at 1606 Corp. So let's learn about the team and yourself now.
Yeah, well, I have to say this because it is important. In '96, I took a distribution company on the NASDAQ. We raised $10 million. So I'm aging myself a little bit on that one. But recently, in 2011, I started Single Point with the ticker symbol SING. Just 3 weeks ago, this company went up to a higher platform, the CBOE, which is the Chicago Exchange. And they're the first company to actually do that. So I've got two that have gone to a higher exchange. And of course, the company now, CBDW, is a fully reporting pink. And of course, we're always trying to go up to the higher exchange. So that's a little bit about my background. Obviously, I'm a serial entrepreneur, specifically in public entities. Two of my board members have been with me for 20 years. They're East Indian. They have an incredibly strong technology background. One of them has been senior level employee at Google, Microsoft, and so on. Another one owns a tech company in India. And we have Austin Lambrecht, who's the vice president, who's been in this business for 6 years, dealing with all of the auditors, accounting, attorneys. We've got Brent Duskin, who's VP of Marketing, and Derek McCarthy, who helps us with IR.
Outstanding. You got a great guy there in Derek. I remember him well from back in the day. So let's talk then a little bit. You talked about that pivot 3 to 6 months ago. So from that pivot on, operationally speaking, Greg, what do you see as some of the milestones your company was able to achieve?
Well, the first thing is to build this merchandising bot. We built it for a vertical, and the vertical we built it for was CBD because we had so much knowledge there. So we came up with 1,000 questions and had 1,000 answers for the informational merchandising bot. And then we took that and ran it through AI. So our questions and answers are unique to us. We may have a patent process there. Once we were finished with the product, then we started introducing it to brands and CBD stores. and brought on 15 clients in the first 2 weeks. So we really got something there.
Yeah, you sure do. I tell you what, when I look at what the foundation has been built already so far, 2023, early 2024, we're going to hit some of those headlines. I'm assuming you've got some heady goals for you, your company here in 2024. Can you share any operational goals for us that you'd like to see your company achieve here in 2024?
Well, it was, I guess Google came out with an article 3 or 4 weeks ago and said that they're going to start putting out merchandising CBD bots. And our answer to that was we just worked on that for a year and already have clients. So we're ahead of the game. So we're getting a tremendous response to the companies that we're introducing this to. I think if we continue on our projections now, we could be profitable in the second quarter of this year.
Outstanding. And that leads me to my next press release here, or the first press release I'd like to hone in on. Dateline, January 16th. That's a Tuesday. Headline: 1606 Corp accounts skyrocket after December AI chatbot launch, leading to expected profitability in 2024. We also see that you've been visiting out there in Vegas, heading to CES. I'm sure you held some great meetings. Let's talk a little bit about this recent news and some of the drivers that are going to get you to that profitability.
Yeah, it's a great question. One of the things, in my previous life that I've always done, that I've been good at and kind of specialized in, I have used ISOs to sell products. And when I say ISOs, I mean independent sales organizations. So we've already signed up 4 ISOs to resell our merchandising chatbot. The first ISO, Cool Blue Distribution, is already selling CBD products in 800 accounts. So they're simply going to take our chatbot and introduce it to the customers they already know. Our second ISO, it makes and designs websites for the CBD industry. They have over 300 clients. The third and fourth actually put the point of sale terminals into the CBD store. So we're going to build this company and build our sales off of ISOs, companies that are already in the business, and simply take our product and resell it.
That's outstanding, Greg. I really appreciate your time here today. Before I let you go, I would love to get any kind of closing. I'd like to give you the soapbox, my friend, and I know you've been there before, but your pitch to potential investors, and I think you kind of gave it to us right there, because when you use these ISOs, I'm a former bean counter, I realize that you're also lowering your burn rate, okay? You're being a more efficient, lean and mean company, able to adapt quickly to some of these pivots, as you put it, that your company needs to make. So to the potential investor, what say you?
Well, really, my final say on this is over at Single Point, we did a pretty good job of what I call pivoting. In 2011, we actually put terminals in cannabis stores, and we're doing very well in Washington and Denver at the time. And then we pivoted into Bitcoin in 2016. We built an app. We did very well there. And now the company's into solar. With this company, we started off with the hemp cigarette, but we pivoted to AI to help CBD stores sell more products. But the thing I want to stress is that AI is different than solar, different than cannabis, different than Bitcoin. AI is more like the internet. It's going to be huge, and we're out ahead of the game. It's amazing.
What a great time to be speaking with you, Greg. Greg, thanks so much for making time for us. Before I let you go, let me run it back down for everybody. 1606 Corp traded on the OTC under the ticker symbol CBDW. That belongs on your watch list right now. That website, CBDWAI, and we are speaking to the chief executive officer of that company. That's Greg Lambrecht. Greg, thanks so much for your time, buddy.
Well, thanks for having me, and go CBDW.
All right, for Greg Lambrecht, this is Stuart Smith saying thanks so much for tuning in. Smash that subscribe button right now.